Hello, Josh White here. Thought I'd do a post-harvest show update. So today's Sunday, so September 15th. I've been a little bit busy, and also trying to relax, just because of it took a lot out of me this year. So it's just gonna be a general update. So the Honda generator it runs fine. But whenever this thing kicks on, when it gets to its turn on pressure, when it's under pressure, if that makes any sense. So when the pressure switch commands it to turn back on, this thing almost dies. This is only a 1400 watt generator, so I think I'm going to need a bigger one. So that military generator way back in the one, I'll probably be the one I use for when I use this. But this thing ran fine. It starts it no problem. I might see about getting a soft start for this, but I'm not quite sure. It's a compressor, so who knows. As you can see, there's no mattress now, as you probably saw in my previous videos. So finally replaced my 30-year-old mattress. That's what those slats are from. Just used some 3/4 inch plywood. So I'm sleeping a little bit better. That's also helpful. Our neighbor's daughter, our neighbor passed away, and her daughter's cleaning out the shed. I stopped by just to say hello. She said I could take whatever I want. It's family drama she doesn't want to deal with. Go figure. So I scored these two outboards, along with that bucket. And there's a heater over there that I also scored, and plus a push mower. And a step ladder, because I got some stuff here that's pretty high, and I am getting to the point where this chair is getting a little too low. So good to have that too. So apparently, from what I can glean from the internet and from my friends, this is apparently a Neptune outboard. It's pretty cool. Interesting valve cover. I probably will end up keeping this. I'm not sure yet. It's interesting. The engine spins 360 degrees instead of just like whatever a standard outboard is, like from there to there, with forward and reverse. So not sure what year that is. It's very interesting because of the valve cover. I thought it was a 4-stroke, but I'll probably know more once I pull that off. Who knows? This one is apparently a 1961 Evinrude Fisherman twin cylinder. Don't really have a use for it, so I'm probably just going to get rid of it. Because, yes, it's interesting, but it's a little heavy, and doesn't have the coolness factor of that Neptune, apparently. I literally just grabbed them, threw them in here, did preliminary looking and all that. So, yeah. So trouble light with extended work light, all that. I've slowly been reorganizing stuff, moving stuff out of the way because long-term projects. Those two snowblower engines, I'm finally probably gonna just say they're taking up room where I could throw some of the stuff on there, so probably gonna sell those. Let's see. This is the push mower, nothing special. Just a standard MTD 139cc 20-inch mower. This was my dad's Lawn Boy. It has a Honda engine on it, so not sure what I'll be doing with that or that. So I'll get to that in a quick sec. So I've been following this fuel tank for a while, and I thought, since I picked up that twin cylinder, this looked like a tank that would fit. A little too tall and a little too wide, so I'll probably use it for something. And they had this one for sale. It was a pre garage sale find, so between the two, I paid pretty cheap. So since I got my light tower, I tried to fill it with a 5-gallon can. let's just say that didn't go too well. I probably spilled about a quarter gallon of diesel fuel on the ground. Because that ring up there leaked and it was awkward, and there's still this much fuel in the can. So I was thinking, okay, how am I gonna fill it, especially since the light tower's probably gonna be running 20-30 hours for the harvest show. So I had this tank, but it's pretty rusty. So I was looking marketplace this morning, and this thing popped up for over half off what the normal is, and early. So that's my main fuel tank now that I'll just throw in the back of my car, and I'm going to get a 12-volt DC pump. Basically, feed that from this into one of the nozzles and fill the generator that way. So that's going to be how I fill my light tower from now on. It's going to be decent, not 100%, but I need to come up with something, and I don't feel like lugging around a 10.5 gallon jug with a manual pump on it, so this will work just fine. It's technically that tank's gravity feed, but I can easily convert it to a 12-volt pump, which will probably power off the battery of the light tower. So there's that. Yeah, it's just like I said, I've been going through stuff. So I don't know which one of these transaxles leaks, but it leaks oil. But what do you expect? It's a 70s vintage garden tractor transmission. It's gonna bound to leak. So shoving more stuff up there, trying to organize stuff. That's where these shelves came in handy. And you can see all my MTD parts are here. So yeah, I've been rambling on for almost 8 minutes, give or take. So just the steam engines did just fine. The number 9 is probably going to get a decent amount of love this coming winter, depending if I'm rebuilding the wheel horse or not. Every one of these I gave a blow down with the air, and so they're good for the winter. You'd be surprised how fast that thing ticks over with like probably about 1.5 pounds of steam. I'm having issues with the governor on that one, and the coreless. I'm still trying to figure that out. I might have to go to a rubber belt. And I'm gonna definitely probably redo the base for the number 9, just because it's a little heavy. It doesn't need to be that heavy, just since it's the engine and all that. So we had 2,127 people through the show. That's pretty decent for a harvest show. Not a record, but pretty close to it. So car's doing just fine. It's coming up on its transmission service, so that's going to be when I do the oil change. So tires are getting down there, so that's another expense. So yeah, I know it's just a rambling update, but I don't really have much at this point in time. I'm back. I forgot one thing. So yesterday on Saturday, I ended up helping a friend figure out his wiring on his lawnmower. Neighbors, that's all I'm going to say. And before that, I figured out why I don't have headlights on my Craftsman. Well, it turns out that these bulbs are bad, and they have less than 24 hours on them, or 20 hours on them. Yeah, there's a giant rattle in that one. There's a nice big skid mark right there. I checked both of them, and they're both bad. So I'm on the hunt for some warm white 1156 LED bulbs. Worst out of worst, if it becomes a time crunch, I'm going to just probably put some incandescents in there, which I might end up just doing, because it's all the ones that I'm finding are 6,000 Kelvin color temperature, and that's too bright, especially against some white snow. So yeah, so these are bad. I'll pick it up later. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye.